Welcome back to the PMP Certification Prep Training course. Organizational Structure Overview. The Project Management Office serves as the centralized hub for establishing organizational standards, enforcing policies, streamlining processes, providing critical training, and optimizing resource allocation to ensure project consistency and strategic alignment. PMO Adoption Timeline. PMOs emerged as a strategic necessity in the late 1990s. By 2000, only 40% of enterprises had one. Today, that number exceeds 90%. Why? Because complexity scaled faster than ad hoc management could handle. The PMBOK, the global standard, defines a PMO as the engine that standardizes governance, pools resources, and hardwires best practices into an organization's DNA. And with 70% of PMOs relying on PMBOK, this isn't just theory, it's the operating system of modern project execution. Why this matters? 2 decades of data prove PMOs aren't bureaucracy, they're force multipliers. Companies without one are flying blind in a storm of dependencies and deadlines. Firms with mature PMOs report 38% fewer project failures as pointed by Gartner. That's the power of systematic excellence. A project management office is the organization's central hub for project governance, standardizing methodologies, tools, and reporting. It ensures strategic alignment, resource optimization, and risk control across all initiatives, acting as the guardian of project excellence. Why and when do you need a PMO? Implement a PMO when projects fail consistently due to poor planning or execution. Also, when resource conflicts cripple delivery. Or, when leadership lacks visibility into project health. Also, when scaling requires standardized processes such as agile, waterfall, or hybrid. It's the antidote to chaos, especially in growing organizations. Our PMO exists to orchestrate enterprise-wide project excellence, ensuring every initiative is strategically prioritized, properly resourced, and executed flawlessly in lockstep with our corporate vision. We transform chaos into predictable, high-impact delivery. This isn't just about managing projects, it's about aligning every dollar and hour with our North Star. PMO mission statement enforces discipline across the triple constraint which is scope, budget, and schedule through. First, rigid adherence to methodologies like agile, waterfall, and hybrid. Second, real-time dashboards tracking like KPIs, SPI, CPI, RAID logs. Third, talent cultivation via certifications and career path training. Fourth, knowledge custodianship, leveraging OPAs to avoid reinventing wheels. When defining PMO scope of work, mandate spanning the following 4 pillars. First is governance, policy enforcement, stage gate reviews, and audit trails. Second is talent, upskilling teams in Scrum, Lean, and predictive analytics. Third is performance, monthly health checks using EVM, cycle time, and business value metrics. Fourth is knowledge, curating OPAs, lessons learned, templates, and risk registers into a living playbook. PMO structure spectrum is categorized along a control continuum 3 archetypes. A low control supportive PMO, which provides templates and trainings. A moderate controlling PMO, which conducts audits compliance. A high controlling directive PMO, which manages projects directly. When establishing a PMO, choose based on organizational maturity and risk appetite. In supportive light model PMO, the consultant provides templates, training, and best practices, but doesn't enforce compliance. Ideal for mature teams needing just light governance. In controlling coach model PMO, The referee mandates standard methodologies and tools, auditing adherence. Balances flexibility with quality control for growing organizations. In Directive Manager Model PMO, the commander directly manages projects and PMs. For high-risk environments needing centralized control, like aerospace or pharma. Your ideal PMO type depends on one question: how much control does your project landscape require to deliver successfully? PMO challenges and common pitfalls mostly include resistance from teams, like complaining from process overhead. Stale practices failing to adapt to agile remote work. Misaligned KPIs, like valuing deadlines over value. Mitigating by phasing rollout and tying PMO wins to team incentives. Another challenge is in sponsor stereotypes. We've all faced these sponsor archetypes. Like the indecisive sponsor, I don't know, and the solution for this is to offer data-driven recommendations. The over-consultative sponsor, let's ask 50 people, and this won't end, then the solution is in pre-aligning with key stakeholders upfront. As for the micromanager sponsor, CC me on everything type sponsor, the solution is to automated dashboards plus scheduled updates. Finally, the invisible ghosted us sponsor, the solution is to tie sponsorship to their KPIs. Diagnose the type early, and adapt your engagement strategy. Organizational process assets are the lifeblood of institutional knowledge, the documented wisdom that separates reactive teams from strategic executors. They encompass three vital categories. 1. Governance frameworks like formal policies, standardized processes, and approval workflows that ensure consistency across projects. These are your guardrails. 2. Knowledge repositories like lessons learned, historical data, and best practices, the collective intelligence from past successes and failures. 3. Execution tools like templates, software, and methodologies that operationalize your institutional knowledge. OPAs aren't static. They evolve through continuous updates during project life cycles, post-mortem analyses that extract new insights, technology integrations that enhance accessibility. Enterprise environmental factors are the often overlooked forces that shape every project's reality, the environmental DNA that can make or break success. They fall into two categories. Internal EEFs, like what we control, mostly would include our organizational structure and culture, also workforce policies and skill profiles, and internal governance frameworks. As for the external EEFs, which what we must adapt to would include regulatory landscapes and market forces, and geopolitical and economic climates, and physical infrastructure, and even weather patterns. While we can't control EEFs, the best PMs anticipate them during planning, monitor them throughout execution, leverage favorable ones as accelerators, and mitigate challenging ones as constraints. A critical insight is that EEFs aren't just obstacles, they're the context that separates textbook project management from real-world leadership. The same project plan will succeed or fail based on how well we read and respond to these factors. Here's a concise, impactful overview of PEST that is political, economic, socio-cultural, and technological analysis. Today's projects operate in a perfect storm of external forces, what we call the PEST ecosystem. FIST, political, which handles shifting regulations that can alter project requirements overnight. Second, economic, which has to do with banking and market conditions that impact budgets and resources. Third, socio-cultural, which manages changing social expectations that redefine success metrics. And accelerating everything, the fourth, technological, is that handles digital transformation tsunamis, such as IoT, creating new data streams and dependencies. Cloud, enabling global collaboration but new security risks. Mobile, changing how teams work and stakeholders engage. Big data, requiring new analytics capabilities. Artificial intelligence and machine learning. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to excellence and your dedication to mastering the profession. We wish you resounding success on your path to certification.